Hello everyone and welcome back to the X-Ring. On today's episode, I have a question to ask you guys. So this is in all seriousness, so definitely comment below, but I had a company reach out to me that has multiple locations and they wanted to basically come up with an AR for site security. Now these are larger warehouses. Some of them have internal distances of over 100 meters and they wanted to station basically an AR at each one of their locations. And so I was pretty much given carte blanche, literally whatever I wanted to purchase as far as an AR. Now they do have people there that are vetted, that either have military or law enforcement experience, and they basically wanted to have an AR so that if things went bad, whatever reason, they had them under secure code and only certain people would have access to those codes. So it got me thinking. So guys, what would you choose if you had an unlimited budget but realistic? Guys, we're not trying to waste someone's money, but best bang for the buck on an AR platform. What would you guys come up with? What I'm going to do is tell you what I came up with, what they turned out to be. We're going to go ahead and shoot them here. I'll let you guys see them and see if I made a good decision or not. So stick around. All right, so what did you come up with and why did you choose it? So guys, being able to shoot all different types of ARs, there's one here recently that I've really fallen in love with, and it's not just because I just won one, but it is the Geissele Super Duty. Very familiar with the testing procedures that went into choosing that for certain agencies, some very large agencies. Seeing that testing procedure and what they chose and why they chose it really had me take a look at the Geissele Super Duty. Now, let me grab this one right here. So guys, this is one that I had purchased. This is not the one I won. This is a 16-inch barrel. It's the Geissele Super Duty. It has the B&T suppressor on here, the Print XH with Liberty Defense cover. Do have a little Picatinny here on the bottom. It has the Leupold, the Mark 6, and this one is a machine gun, and this thing runs. It's been one of my favorites. And so I was really glad to win another one at the Geissele DMR match. Now, as far as what I chose and the reason I chose it, you got to remember this is for close and mid-range engagement. So basically 300 and in would be plenty good enough. And so what I ended up choosing was the Geissele Super Duty. They had no issues going with anything that was an SBR or having a suppressor on it. There was not an issue with that or any type of limitation. So this is what I chose, and I'll tell you why I chose it. We're going to start at the back, working our way front. So basically this has the B5 stock. This is what comes in on the Geissele's. Basically everything is mil spec on this. I mean, everything from, you know, your buffer tube with your buffer that's going to have the coil spring that's braided. You also have the pinned castle nut. They do have a single point sling attachment on the back here. They do have the Geissele grip. So this is not, you know, like a Magpul or a B5 or anything like that. They also have the ambi safety. Both sides works well. Guys, this is a duty style use rifle. This isn't one for competition. More on that in just a little bit. But they also have the Geissele trigger. You guys know that Geissele makes some of the best triggers in the market for ARs. I mean, I love their triggers. This has the X bow. It's a wider face trigger, and it does have the maritime bolt release here so that it's enlarged. Very easy to hit. Very easy to release. Just great controls. Everything that you're used to in an AR. As far as the bolt, guys, they coat everything with that nano coating, which I have seen over time holds less carbon, less buildup, and it's just a really smooth, slick surface that cleans very easily. They also have their own proprietary cam pin that keeps from wearing the inside of the upper receiver through long periods of use. Also, the Picatinny on the top, the full length, you do have your T markings on the top. I actually chose the Geissele, the Super Precision mount, and I topped it off with a Night Force. This is the NX8 1:8. Remember, I didn't want to spend all their money. I was buying 4 of these, maybe more in the future, but I wanted something that was economical, but also you could put your life on the line with it without any issues. And some of you guys are going to argue, well, why didn't you just do a red dot? Red dots rely on batteries. You also have more precise shots you can make with this. And I think that an LPVO is the way to go. Great field of view. You can use it on 1 power, and this is a great optic and a lot cheaper than the ATACR. As far as the handguard, guys, you know that they have some of the best handguards in the business, extremely rigid. I also chose a little small stubby BCM vertical grip. I like the stubby grips. I've done some videos on how some of these grips can help you in certain situations. There will be training along with this, so these guys aren't just grabbing them. There's also plenty of employees that work there that are allowed to carry their pistols, but this is one of those you use your pistol to get to the rifle if things go bad. As far as their gas system, guys, they use a pinned gas block, something that I love for like a duty use. You know, I don't like little screws that can come undone and everything else. While they can work, I definitely like a pinned system. Now, a lot of you guys might say, well, why didn't you choose Daniel Defense? And I do love the Daniel Defense rifles. It was actually going to be one of the two. I love my Mark 18s, but I think just with the coatings, just with the trigger and everything else that comes with it, I think the Geisley is a better package at the time. Price point on these rifles is going to run around $2,400 MSRP. Street price could be a little less, especially with the volume discount. Now, this does not come with the Picatinny. I have the kinetic system on here just because I'm going to do a zero, show this for you guys because I have two that are done. The other two have been done, but these just came in. I also figured if you grab something very quickly, why not have a suppressor? And something that's not going to change your carrier speed or gum up the inside. It just made sense to go with the Huxworks, the Flow, the 5.56K. And these things are not going to get shot all the time. Qualifications once a year. They're just going to make sure that they're running properly, and that's also going to have something to do with the ammunition that was actually chosen. As far as the light, we kept it simple. We did the Surefire. This is the KF1A DFT, the dual fuel. Comes with the Picatinny, also comes with the M-LOK. Just a button, no pressure switch. Just keep it simple, stupid, right? So that's exactly what I like. As far as the sling, we went with the VTAC. This is the Street Fighter sling. I believe it's called the Street Fighter. Basically, it's a quick pull, something that's out of the way if you don't need it, but if you need it quickly, you can get it slung. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these brand new rifles. We're going to go ahead and shoot them at 100 yards. I did zero them just a few minutes ago. We're going to shoot some groups, see what they do, and then we'll shoot them out at distance. And you tell me if you think I made the right decision or if I just should have went a completely different direction. Either way, too late now. The guys are happy with what they received. Like I said, these were the last two that we were waiting on. So without making you guys wait any longer, let's go ahead and see how these things do at 100 yards. All right, so we have rifle 3 and rifle 4 here. So I'm going to do 10 rounds of the Black Arc. I do know it's running about 2,600 feet per second out of this rifle. The target down range is a brand new target, but here we go. 10 shots, 100 yards, Black Arc, 77. All right, that's 10 shot group at 100 yards. I can't see it because it's an 8-power scope. This is why I like these kinetic development group. It's just so nice we can do that. And we'll do rifle number 4, 10 shots. And we'll see how these perform. So hopefully that's a good group down there. If it's held somewhere about a minute and a half, I think we're good. All right, quick, easy way to attach a bipod. All right, so that was bottom left on rifle 3. Rifle 4 will go bottom right. And here we go. All right, so it appears it can go a little bit right because I can definitely tell that we're getting some torn paper to the left. So you got to remember that with these Night Force, the NX8s, they're 2/10 adjustments. So I'm going to be moving it about, might be a little too much, but I'm going to go 1 right, which would be 2/10 right. Might be a little bit much, but should be good enough. So that's it. No problem feeding. Brand new rifles. Like I said, should be no-brainers with these things. You know, 100, 200, 300, which is really all that I really designed these for, is to be carried is 300 and in. I mean, I'm sure we'd have no problem going out to 500, 600, maybe even 7 on a full size, but I think they're great setups. Well, I know it's a little bit dark on the camera, but I think for the intended purpose of the rifle, it's perfect. So having something short, compact, with overall length with that 12.5 and then the 5-inch barrel, not that bad at all. So what we'll do is I'll focus this down range, and we'll start with 100 just real quick. No bag or anything, because you're not going to have a bag in a real situation like that. And we'll just shoot at 100 first, and here we go. All right, pull one off to the left. Let's go 200, which is just over the hill. Give me just a second. I want you guys to be able to see. A little bit blurry, but I'll just say 200 should be about 1/2 mil. I'm shooting over the grass. Impact, we'll go for the little one. Impact. Now we'll go over to 300. And it's not like these guys are not going to have training either. It came with a training package as well. So we'll go 300. Impact. Just off right. Impact. So for its intended purpose, I think it's perfect. But for those maybe those naysayers, we'll do if we can sling some out to like 400 and maybe 5. Take like 5 rounds. Like I see, these aren't meant for those distances, but why not? So we'll get 4 and 5 in the camera here. You guys can see 400 off to the right, and it's 450 and 500. So all right, we'll go 400. Impact. We'll go 450. Impact, and we'll go 500. Impact. No problem out to 5. So, and like I said, this is unsupported. We're not using any type of bipod or anything. Let's see if we can sling one out at 6. Hold on. Try to do all the footage uncut. Do 5 shots off a barricade, full-size man steel. Let me get some more power on this thing. And we'll go, you know what? You guys won't be able to see that. Let me go ahead and move this to 600, which is there. Full-size man steel. Yeah, that should work. Still recording. And here we go. I'll hold about 5. Impact. Hard to see. But either way, like I said, we're not intending to shoot that far, but of course it will do it. These guns just run and run and run. Really, really impressed with the Geisley Super Duties. I think it's a great rifle for duty or type of use where your life depends on it. Like I said, great rifles, in my opinion. You might think different, but I think it works well, especially as an LPVO. Having that just quick acquisition and not worry about a dot. And of course, you still have the illumination on the Night Force itself. All right, so comment below. Tell me what your thoughts are on this build out and what you would have done differently, or what you might have actually chosen outside of this being an option. You know, everything from the light to the suppressor to the grips to the optic. Anything you add is not going to hurt my feelings. Like I said, this is done, once and done. 4 of them identical. I think it's perfect for the purpose intended for these rifles, and I don't think it could have done a better job of choosing them. So you guys take care. And this was not sponsored by Geissele. These were all bought and paid for with company funds for the company that was purchasing these. You guys take care. You guys have a great week. We'll be coming at you from Blade Show down at Cobb Galleria. Starts this Friday, Saturday, Sunday down in Atlanta, Georgia. Come check it out. You guys will talk to you soon. Have a good one.